What's up guys, Jake here at JakesGotHerps, not to be confused with herpes. Herpes is nasty, and in this video I'm going to be doing my June reptile collection update. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I know I said I'd be doing this video pretty much every day this week, but I've been really busy just working on my enclosures, and that's part of the reason why I like waiting till the end of the month to upload my videos anyway, just because then things actually change. If I just upload the same reptile collection every single month, it'd get kind of boring. It'd be just a carbon copy of the last one. So I like to change things up a little bit and make my enclosures nicer for you guys to look at, and obviously for my animals as well. But first thing you'll notice is that my room is pretty clean. Normally it looks pretty disgusting, not very fun to look at, very unsightly, but I have cleaned it, and I have a lot of cool stuff going on. I think this will be a good update, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So first we'll start off with my rainbow boa. Nothing's really changed with her. That's just because her tank was pretty sufficient anyway. I like it. It works well. It looks pretty nice, except there's no light on here. But there she is. She's looking very pretty. She's doing extremely well, and yeah, not much has really changed with her, although you can probably see she's getting a bit fatter. She eats like a champ. She eats frozen thaw every single time, except when she's shedding, which is fine. Snakes often do that when they shed. Yeah, so there she is. I took out the water bowl just for this video. Don't worry guys, I do have a water dish. But I like to go through all my tanks and change just a little bit of stuff just so I can do the video a little bit better and take less time. But as you can see what the Brazilian rainbow boa tank is resting on, this is a 4x2 melamine enclosure that I made for my Irian giant carpet python. And she is in here right now. I'll go over the specs of the tank in just a minute, but here she is in that sexy cardboard box. She's doing extremely well. If you can see that big lump right there, that's a medium rat. She tackles rats like it's her job. Unfortunately, she does only eat live, which is kind of surprising to me. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I don't really like feeding live, but I will do it for my animals just because obviously they have to eat. And the tank, like I said, is 4x2. Substrate's newspaper until I figure out something better. I would use cypress, but I don't want to increase the humidity at all because with the airflow that there is now, the humidity's at like 60% anyway, and I don't want to bump it up too high. So that's just for now. I have the water dish, a little stick, and I built this ramp up to this platform that's covered in AstroTurf, which is near the basking area. That's a radiant heat panel. I think it's 40 watts or something, and it gets perfect temperature for this basking area. It's about 90 degrees, and then under here I put a heat pad just to keep this little area down here a little bit warmer for her. And I think this tank turned out really well. I want to make more of these for my snakes when they all get larger. Obviously right now most of them are too small, but in the future you'll probably be seeing more of these kind of tanks. So next we have my little rescue king snake. And he's doing really well also. As you can see, his enclosure's changed quite a bit. It looks pretty nice except for this awesome wire sticking down. I don't really have anything to hold the wires back, or else I would, because it really bugs me. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, is when the wires hang in front of the tank. But anyway, and in my last update, he just had that hide, the water dish, and the human hide on newspaper. And as you can see, it's changed quite a bit with the plants, vines, and cork bark and all that good stuff. And he's doing super well, eats like a monster like most king snakes do, and he's quite active now that I added all this stuff. He likes to climb a lot actually, and he still spends a lot of time in his water bowl and in his humid hide. But yeah, so there he is. If you guys want to see any individual updates on anything that I'm going over, feel free to leave that in the comments, because I don't have enough time to take out every single animal, or else we'd be here for like a 2-hour-long movie and you'd have to go buy popcorn and a drink or something. So, in here is my Softshell Turtle. You guys have probably seen this if you watch my contest entry from Michael Barron's. Pretty much the same tank. I haven't really done anything different to it. It's obviously sand for the soft shell so he can burrow, and I can't actually see him right now, so that's probably what he's doing. I added a couple more of these grass plants. One of them got uprooted though, and it's floating, which is fine because they can do that. Still have the same 3 red wag platies, and I got 4 neon tetras. One of them died like right away. And I was going to bring it back to PetSmart because they give you like a 14-day guarantee, but I think Ruben's ate it because I can't find it anywhere, which kind of sucks, but it was only $1, so it's not a big deal at all. So yeah, I really can't find him right now, and I'm not really going to drop everything and just dig him out. Actually, no, I lied. He's right here. You can see his goofy little head right there. And he's burrowed down there. He really likes the sand, and I'm glad I got this tank done for him because he really seems to enjoy it. So there he is. Over here is my little devil king snake, the Brooks King. And still very mean, but the tank setup's a little bit different, as you can see. Same 10-gallon aquarium, but I added, you know, some planks just to accent everything else in the tank. I added that stick thing, and I used a ceramic water dish instead because I like it better than the plastic one. It just looks nicer. And there he is right there, probably just digesting his food. He eats like a monster as well, like all king snakes pretty much do. That's one thing I do like about the king snakes, is they eat every time no matter what. I fed this guy down here adult mice before, and I'm pretty confident in letting him choose what he can eat because I fed him an adult mice another time, and he just spat it out because he couldn't actually fit it down. So yeah. Over here is my leopard gecko Jerry, my first reptile I ever had. He's about 10 years old now, and he's still doing extremely well. He loves this hide, spends a lot of time in it. As you can see, very thick tail, very healthy gecko, and I just love this guy. I don't know what I would do without my leopard gecko. He's just like my pride and joy. So I'll put him back, let him go back to sleep. His tank's basically the same, nothing too much different. I added some moss under that hide and a paper towel just to help him shed. But other than that, pretty much the same enclosure. Down here is my blood python. It kind of looks like an explosion of newspaper, which is basically what it is. But, you know, that's perfectly fine. Basically, I just threw it all in there just to give more cover. You know, instead of the hide that's just right here, the whole tank's basically a hide then. And it's also more absorbent, and it doesn't smell as bad when she pees. But let's see if we can slide this in here. But there she is right there. I'll pull out the hide for her because she's a really pretty snake. Come on. And there she is. That's Lefty, the blood python. Also doing very well. Eats like a champ. She eats frozen thaw, rats, and mice, and pretty much anything I put in there. Any excess rodents that I have, I put in there. And I'll just put this hide back a little later. But yeah, there she is. Doing very well. And I'll just put this all kind of back there. Down here is my Kenyan sand boa. He's probably benefiting, or he or she is probably benefiting from the sanding chips more than any other snake. Loves to burrow in this stuff, obviously, because Kenyan sand boas like to do that. But there he is right there. Still eats pretty well on frozen thaw. Skipped a meal this last time, but I'm not too worried at all. You can see him. I'll just kind of uncover him right there. You can see him go. Really pretty snake. I love the sand boas. That's probably one of my favorite species of snake. Really awesome snakes, and very underrated. If you want to get a cool boa that's not a monster, you know, sand boas and rosy boas are definitely one of your best bets. Over here are my inverts. I'm going to do the inverts in a different video just because I don't really have a lot of time right now. And so if you guys don't want to watch, you know, inverts, I don't have to waste 5 minutes showing you them all, but that's where I put them. So yeah, now we're going to go to my family room. There's the tank my carpet python was in. It's a really nice tank though. I want to get that glass replaced, and maybe I'll put some fish or something else in here. I'm not really sure what my plans are yet, but pretty bare now. In here are my two other leopard geckos, SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm assuming you guys know which one's which. There's Patrick, named that because she's purple. And SpongeBob is always in this hide. He really enjoys it. But there he is right there. SpongeBob, I think, is a Tremper albino. Not that it really matters. I'm not a breeder by any means, but just move you over here. Sorry about that, sweetie. But yeah, so there's their tank, pretty much the same as usual. Yeah, I got the mealworm dish, and I'm kind of mad because my pet store stopped carrying Timberline mealworms. I really like Timberline, kind of the highest quality, you know, feeders you can get, but, you know, oh well, what are you going to do? In my little dining area, there's the saltwater tank. Pretty much everything in there is dead except maybe a couple crabs, because I have crabs, but Everything in there died pretty much from some kind of bacteria, something, I'm not really sure. Over here is the Herman's Tortoise Maggie. She's doing very well. She's super active. We took out the bridge thing that she used to climb on because she kept flipping herself upside down, which is never a good thing, especially if you're not around. That could be very bad. Her setup's pretty much the same. Probably feed her in a little bit. She's got her little garage thing right there. In here we have the same turtles, Redditor Slider, Dario. All the turtles have race car driver names if you haven't heard, except for this one, Franklin, the Razorback Musk. Doing very well also. There's a Chilean Rosehair. Again, I'll do all the inverts in another video. I'll just pan over them so you can see them. But here are my puppies. People talk about snakes and what snakes make really good companions, but if you really want a companion, something you can actually play with, and something that will like love you back, dogs are pretty much your best bet. I mean, they are just, this dog right here, Beanie, he is perfect. He is just a perfect dog, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. There's a bunny right there. She really likes the purple and white substrate. There's Turbo right there, just chilling out. And yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's pretty much blind at this point, but you know, he's still a good dog. In here are the other 4 turtles, all doing pretty well. Their tank is pretty clean. I usually clean everything before I do these videos. All that stuff's just food. There's obviously the minnows. There's that yellow belly cooter. There's the cooter that's sitting on top of the painted turtle, and now they're in the water. And big painted turtle Dan and Mississippi map turtle right there. I'll let you outside in a minute. But now we get to go into the creep, dark, scary basement where all the monsters and alligators live. I think it's funny because, you know, I was talking to anybody else and I said, oh, there's alligators in my basement. They would just think I was just talking, but sure enough, there is an alligator in my basement. That's Tebow. Really nice clean cage. That was a pain to clean today. Normally I have to take like 2 or 3 of these buckets, 5-gallon buckets of alligator crap water upstairs, but I had to take 5 today, which was really fun. And yeah, so there he is, still doing really well, getting pretty big, although when I hold him, if you guys have seen pictures of me holding him, he actually looks quite a bit smaller than what you guys think he is, but he's still doing pretty well. I'll throw in some food for you guys to watch him eat, because he loves this stuff. Missouri Crocodilian diet. I know a lot of people don't really agree with how I feed my alligator, but the results are there, you know. If it was really bad for him, he wouldn't be, you know, this thick and this healthy looking, so, yeah. And he just loves that stuff. He eats it like a monster. And that's probably part of the reason why he's pretty tame, although if you handle anything, you know, it really doesn't matter what they eat, contrary to what people think. I mean, my carpet python eats live food in her enclosure every week, and she's probably the most puppy dog tame snake that I have. So yeah, there's Tebow. And last but not least is my Axolotl. I moved him down here because my room gets really hot with all my heat things running, and you know, the water was too hot for him, and I didn't really want to make like a chiller or something, so I just put him in the basement where the water stays about 60, 65 degrees, which is fine for him. And there he is. Probably my favorite amphibian that I've ever owned. I mean, people ask me what's my favorite reptile or amphibian. This right here is just the coolest amphibian that I think I've ever seen. Just amazing. I really want to get more. Eventually I want to get like a huge tank filled with axolotls because they are just amazing. I plan on doing some more stuff with him, maybe put some sand and some live plants. I probably could have for this video, but I could have put the sand and I had like 1 extra live plant, so it wouldn't have really been all that impressive. But there he is, doing really well. Also eats a lot of bloodworms and newt pellets and all that good stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I can't believe I got this done in like 15 minutes. This must have been record time for a reptile collection video for me. Like I said, if you want to see anything in more detail, I know I very quickly scanned over everything. You know, please don't hesitate to ask. You know, I get most of my video ideas from what you guys tell me. So if you guys want to see any other kinds of videos, you know, let me know and I will get on that. That's what she said. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.